It is a somber day for British television, and quite honestly, it feels like we've lost a favorite grandfather. If you tuned into This Morning today, November 21, expecting the usual mix of laughter, cooking segments, and perhaps a bit of chaotic debate, you were likely stopped in your tracks by the palpable sadness in the studio. The ITV flagship show has announced the heartbreaking death of one of its most unique, cherished, and charming contributors, the one and only Dave King. He was 85 years old. For nearly a decade, Dave wasn't just a guest, he was the weather guru who felt like a permanent fixture in our living rooms. He didn't need a green screen or a supercomputer. He needed nature, his instinct, and that twinkle in his eye. Let's dive into the tributes, the memories, and why this loss hits the This Morning family, and us viewers, so incredibly hard. A solemn start to the show. The atmosphere changed the moment the cameras rolled. There was no upbeat intro music drowning out the mood today. Dermot O'Leary, often the anchor of calm on the show, took the lead in breaking the news that none of us wanted to hear. We're starting off paying tribute to the wonderful weather guru Dave King, who sadly passed last Friday, aged 85, Dermot announced, his voice thick with genuine emotion. It's these moments on live television that remind us that the people on screen are a tight-knit unit. Dermot continued, painting a picture of the man behind the predictions. He was a beloved member of the This Morning family for nearly a decade. He had incredible weather predictions, a warm and friendly demeanor. And that's just it, isn't it? In a world of sleek, polished, overly rehearsed television, Dave was real. He was warm. He was the kind of guy you want to have a cup of tea with while discussing whether you needed to bring the potted plants inside for the night. Dermot made sure to send love where it is needed most right now, saying, "We're sending all our love to his son Trevor and daughter-in-law Sonia." He was known for his 90% accuracy with weather predictions. The uncanny accuracy of nature's gentleman. What made Dave King so special? Why did we trust him over the apps on our phones? Giles Brandreth, who joined the presenters to discuss the headlines, perhaps summed it up best. Giles, a man who knows a character when he sees one, was full of admiration for Dave. A lovely guy, almost 86, a great character, but also uncannily accurate, Giles noted. And here is the magic of Dave King. He wasn't a trained meteorologist. He didn't spend his life looking at isobars and pressure fronts on a digital map. Giles explained, Dave was not a trained weather forecaster, but he looked to the birds, he looked to nature for his predictions. He had an instinct for it, and a lovely way of telling us all about it. There is something so deeply nostalgic and comforting about that method, isn't there? In our high-tech, fast-paced world, Dave reminded us to look up, to look at the berries on the trees, the flight of the birds, and the color of the sky. He represented a traditional wisdom that is slowly fading away, and that is a huge part of why he will be so missed. He connected us back to the earth. Rochelle Humes echoed the sentiments of the entire nation when she added, "He was so funny, he'll be really missed." He was everyone's friend. Remembering the laughter, the Ben Shepherd clash. We can't mourn Dave King without celebrating the absolute joy he brought to the screen. He wasn't just accurate, he was feisty. He had a wit that was sharp as a tack, and he wasn't afraid to put the main hosts in their place if they asked a silly question. Following the sad news, social media has been lighting up with clips of Dave's best moments, and one particular interaction with Ben Shepherd stands out as pure TV gold. As reported by the Manchester Evening News, this resurfaced clip is the perfect reminder of Dave's spirit. It happened last year. Dave, ever the entrepreneur, was discussing the weather but decided to slip in a little promotion for his own website. You have to respect the hustle. Ben Shepherd, catching the cheeky move, replied sarcastically, "Well done, good plug." The studio erupted. Cat Deely was in stitches, exploding into peals of laughter as the banter escalated. But Dave wasn't done. When Ben tried to pivot back to the weather with a question that was perhaps a bit too broad, Dave let him have it. Ben asked, "Is it going to be hotter than turkey?" Now, to you and me, that sounds like a standard small talk question. To a weather guru like Dave King, it was nonsense. Dave fired back, "What part of Turkey? They'd got mountains in Turkey, what a silly statement." The delivery was perfect, it wasn't mean, it was the exasperation of an expert dealing with an amateur. Ben tried to defend himself, shooting back, It was a question, it wasn't a statement, it was a question, Dave, for you to answer. It was chaotic, it was hilarious, and it was undeniably this morning. It showed that Dave wasn't just a prop to read the weather. He was a personality who could hold his own against seasoned broadcasters. He demanded precision, even while relying on the birds to tell the future. A week of high emotion on This Morning. Dave's passing caps off what has been a roller coaster week for the ITV show. It seems like the emotions have been running high in the studio for days. Earlier in the week, we saw Ben Shepherd having to apologize for Piers Morgan's colorful language, a reminder that live TV is a tightrope walk. We also saw reality star Charlotte Crosby bring the show to a halt while discussing her postponed wedding, another moment of raw vulnerability. But the loss of Dave King feels different. It feels like the closing of a chapter. Shows like This Morning rely on a rotating cast of characters. We have the chefs, the agony aunts, the fashion experts, and the quirky contributors. They become part of the furniture of our lives. We drink our morning coffee with them. We listen to them while we do the ironing. When one of them leaves us, especially someone as gentle and consistent as Dave, it leaves a gap. It's a reminder of the passage of time. The legacy of the weather guru. So, how should we remember Dave King? We should remember him as the man who proved that sometimes instinct beats technology. We should remember him for his 90% accuracy rate, a statistic that many modern weather apps would kill for. We should remember him for his smile, his willingness to banter, and his refusal to answer silly questions about Turkey without specifics. To his son Trevor and daughter-in-law Sonia, thank you for sharing Dave with us. He brought a little bit of sunshine into our homes, even when he was predicting rain. Rest in peace, Dave. We hope the weather up there is exactly as you predicted. Over to you. Do you have a favorite memory of Dave King's weather segments? Did you ever follow his nature-based predictions over the official forecast? Let's fill the comment section with tributes to this lovely man. Share your thoughts below, and let's keep his memory alive. Don't forget to share this article with your friends who love This Morning. Let's raise a virtual toast to the weather guru together.